continuing coverage of the murders at Devil's Den State Park. We're keeping an eye on the suspect, Andrew McGann. He's in court today.
Let's go out to 5 News reporter Claire Everbach in Washington County. Claire, what can we expect from today's hearing?
Lauren, Joe, today a judge will likely rule on several different motions filed by McGann's defense. Just last month, his defense attempted to take the death penalty off the table in this case, but a judge ruled against it. Today, several motions will be discussed, likely having to do with the sentencing phase and upcoming jury selection. The defense requested the court take steps to prevent juror exposure to witnesses and trial spectators, and that the prosecutor identifies any photographs they plan to present at trial prior to the trial date. There are also motions filed to prohibit displays of emotion and outburst and sequester witnesses during the trial. McGann is accused of stabbing Clinton and Cristen Brink, who had just moved to Arkansas and were hiking at Devil's Den State Park with their daughters. Both girls survived the attack. The murders led to a manhunt that lasted several days before McGann was taken into custody. We will be inside the courtroom this morning. His hearing is scheduled for 8 a.m. And of course, we will bring you any updates both on air and our website, 5newsonline.com. Lauren, Joe.
All right, thanks for that. In other news, investigators trying to figure out how a boat on Beaver Lake caught fire on Monday. The video was sent in by Tate Boyett, which happened near the Montanay boat ramp. Several agencies responded, including Hickory Creek and Beaver Lake Fire Department. We'll keep you updated as any new details come in on this case.
Well, today marks 2 years since the deadly Memorial Day weekend tornado outbreak in Benton County. People across Rogers, Bentonville, and other communities were left without power for days. The National Weather Service confirmed at least 7 tornadoes hit the area early that morning, including an EF3 tornado that hit Decatur. Debris cleanup lasted months, and recovery and rebuilding efforts continue to this day. The city of Rogers says one of its biggest parts of the recovery process now is rebuilding the town's forestry after the tornado took down thousands of trees.
Hundreds and hundreds of trees have been given away to folks to plant on their private property. They've also worked to replant north of Horse Barn Park. And we are just now beginning a project where we're going to be planting in right-of-ways.
The city says their goal is to plant 1,600 new trees across Rogers.
In the Little Flock, the mayor, Jeff N. Sickler, says the City Hall building was hit with a tree during those Memorial Day weekend storms. Later, it had to be torn down. Take a look. City staff had to work out of a mobile trailer donated by the city of Springdale. The mayor spoke with us in an episode of Town Hall Talks about how the city is moving forward.
Reconstruction process of what we're calling our city campus is underway. We're looking to have it done by mid-November. Considerably more space for us, essentially, obviously, than what we had before, but definitely bigger than the mobile building.
Well, he says the campus will house the administrative and court services as well as the police force. Pentagon officials say U.S. forces conducted self-defense strikes in southern Iran Monday.
The focus was targeting missile launch sites and Iranian boats that were attempting to place mines. This comes as President Trump has indicated a deal with Iran to end the war is largely negotiated and that he will either sign a great and meaningful pact with Tehran or there will be no deal. In Southern California, tens of thousands of people are being allowed to return home after a chemical tank emergency near Anaheim forced mass evacuations.
Officials say the immediate danger has been greatly reduced and a federal emergency declaration has now been approved. Reed Binion has more.
I can now tell you that we can reduce our evacuation zone area.
Authorities in California significantly scaling back evacuation orders Monday, now that they say the risk of a catastrophic chemical tank explosion has been eliminated. Until Monday evening, roughly 50,000 people had been asked to evacuate due to the danger.
They came and said, you got 20 minutes to get out your house, grab your stuff and go.
While many of those displaced residents are now allowed to return home, thousands of others are not.
For those that remain impacted, I know this may be frustrating. That number is approximately 16,000 of you.
Last week, heat and pressure started building up in the tank, which holds 7,000 gallons of a chemical called MMA, a compound that can cause serious health problems. Officials worked at the site through the weekend, aided by cool water dousing the overheated tank for days to help bring down the temperature. Crews worked overnight Sunday into Memorial Day, investigating a crack in the tank, which authorities had said might alleviate pressure and prevent a disaster.
That was our huge moment in this incident that we were able to capitalize on and take control of it.
However, authorities say the tank continues to pose a risk.
It's not over yet. We still have work to do. We still have to mitigate a fire and very small explosion concern and also a spill potential.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.